Hello and welcome to the social listening segment here on the BDTV Breakfast Show. This is where we get to discuss some of the top trends making the rounds on social media. My name is Elizabeth Musa, and to join me in this conversation this morning is our in-house analyst, Mr. Obidike Okafor. He's joining us virtually and he will be talking all on the stories with us this morning. Welcome to the show, Obidike Okafor.
Thank you. Thank you as always, Elizabeth.
Good to see you. Let's start off today with interesting trends from the political space, where the House of Representatives has passed for a second reading a bill seeking to stop anyone above 60 years from vying for elections to the offices of the president and governor in Nigeria. If this bill scales the legislative scrutiny and is signed into law, it means that President Bola Tinubu, the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, and the 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, who will miss out on the 2027 presidential contest as they all are above 60 years of age. The bill also provides that a person shall be qualified for election to the office of the president if he has been educated up to at least the university level and has earned a bachelor's degree in his chosen field of study. Now, this is quite an interesting one. Interestingly, we've spoken on it on the big story where we've actually truly gotten some the professional perspective, but it's interesting for us to also get the social perspective from our audience on social media. So I'll go to the comments very quickly and then I'll get your own take on it, Obidike Okafor. So let's see what we have on this one. John says, I do not subscribe to this. This is discrimination based on age. There is no evidence that age influences bad leadership. That's according to John. Professor Imonoka Enakena says, if such a law were enacted to bar individuals from 60 from contesting elections, it would almost certainly face legal challenges. Nigerian courts would be tasked with determining whether the measure is compatible with constitutional principles, especially regarding equality and democratic participation. Let's see more reactions. Ibile Blog says, nice one. Please, it should be fast. We don't need any old folks in the system anymore. We need someone who can go to jail after his tenure if he did not rule well. No, we don't want, I think they're saying no Tinubu and Wike and Akpabio. But yeah, that's how people are reacting on social media. Adeleke says, this is not right. Pure stereotype. Are they going to ban voters from 60 years above from voting? Will they extend same to the lawmakers? Is it for the people they are voting for? Whether, well, that's according to Adeleke. But let me get your reaction to this particular one, Mr. Obidike.
Okay, so for me personally, I don't have. I think the problem here is not really about the age, because there are presidents who are older and who have done better. But I think sometimes age is associated with people's health begin to fail them at a certain age, and when they become older, especially when they don't take care of themselves. I think that's one of the main factors. But I feel even if there's going to be an age limit, the age limit should be more than 60, maybe something like 75 or 80. Why I said so, President of Togo and Cameroon, they're about 90. And the truth is, they are literally not the ones ruling the country, because most of them are, in fact, there are rumors of one of them having dementia and all of that, but nothing certain. And in fact, there is a video of one of them, I'm not sure if it's Togo or Cameroon, who went for an international event and he was sleeping and he was snoring at an event, right? So all these kind of things play a factor. 60 years, I feel it can be more. Maybe 75, maybe 80. But I think the limit should be, if there is going to be a limit, the limit should be increased. It should be more than 60, because if you look at some of the candidates who are above 60, I think they are still capable and sane enough to rule the country. Personally, I don't think this bill will pass now. Due to personal interests, if you know what I mean. But I'm happy they are having this conversation. It means that it's a conversation that will continue eventually. But apart from that, I think um, that it's not a bad idea putting an age limit, but I think 60. I think they should increase it, make it more.
Why do you think they should increase it, if at all?
I think they should increase it because I still feel at 60, 65, a lot of people at such ages still have a lot to contribute. And I don't think we should deny ourselves the opportunity of these people contributing. When people get older, like 75, 80, 85, they can now act as elders. They are not directly leaders, but they still, people can still go to them. Leaders, young leaders, can still go to them for advice or encouragement. I think that works fine. And another thing again about putting age limit, it means that younger people can come up. It gives younger people more opportunities to come up. You now start seeing 20-year-olds who are councillors, 30-year-olds who are local government chairmen, 40-year-olds. You see more of people who are in their 40s who are governors and all of that. So I think it's a good thing. And sometimes I think even this thing that they are doing, what they might do is they might not do it for president. They might eventually say for governor, so that it can help some certain people fix themselves in the pictures. But generally, it's a good idea because it will give the younger generation more opportunities in leadership.
Well, let's move on now. The End Bad Governance protest again started in Akure yesterday as youth and students demanded action against insecurity and failed promises from the government. As surfaced in the viral video across social media, the crowd was seen shouting, "We no go gree," while having confrontations with the security details, though not violent. This has been added to the list of protests across the country as citizens continue to demand good governance and benefits of democracy. Let's see if we have the video. If we don't have the videos, we can also go ahead and just read some of the comments on social media to get the reactions of our audience on what people are saying. So let's see if we have some of the commentary rolling on the screen. I'm going to come to you, Mr. Okafo. Cardboard papers. So obviously it's a peaceful protest. No weapons or anything inside from what I can see in this video. Right. Wow. But let's see some of the reactions on social media to this one. Then I'm coming to you, Mr. OBDK, straight away. So we had lots of reactions. Easy Flow says only governor collecting FAAC plus crude oil money but has zero projects. Most corrupt governor, states with lower allocation, that's from Easy Flow. Let's see if we have more reactions. Sunday Truck says protesting is one thing, but real change requires a plan beyond just hitting the street. Let's see if we have more reactions to this comment. Ola Kula says any small protest, we have seen heavy presence of military men. This was the same thing Babangida was saying in his book, that the democratic government relied heavily on military to cover their loopholes. One of the reasons for the military coup in Nigeria. That's from Ola Kulas. Well, that's as much comments as we have on social media, but I want to get your commentary on it as well, Mr. Okafo.
Okay, so protest is part of democracy. People have the right to protest, and people have the right to air their grievances, and people should be heard. But the question now is the government listening? The problem I have most of the time is when people protest, nobody listens. They either find a way of pushing the protest, or they pay people off, and then the protest just dies a natural death. And unfortunately, I feel that is the same fate that this protest will take, and this current protest in Akure will take, is either they eventually, when they feel that these people are becoming a nuisance, forgetting that it's their right to protest, they will find a way of pushing it. Either A, sending the police to use tear gas to chase them away, or B, go the rough, rugged, and raw way, which is, sent out in their midst to look as if they are fomenting trouble. Because, like you said, you saw in the video that it was a peaceful protest. People were just airing their views, but they could, try to escalate it and then find fault in it and end it. Or C, they will find the leaders of this protest and pay them off. And then the leaders will say, okay, we are talking to government, everybody should go home, and the matter ends there. That has always been, in this country, there are so many vicious circles. This is one of those vicious circles. And I don't see it going anywhere. I just see it going down the usual vicious circle of eventually things will go. And the problems still remain. I think, like somebody said, it's time that as individuals in this country, we need to really start, holding conversations with government, having town hall meetings with our representatives in government, and address issues that are affecting common man, because the issues are many, and they are not going anywhere if they are not addressed. It's time people should stop. I know you can't tell people to stop being selfish, because people will still be selfish, but at least they should have a heart, they should have empathy. Think about the people they are serving. Do something for them. There are governments where they do chop by chop. They enjoy themselves, but at least they try to do things for people. I'm not saying that's right, but if that's the closest that we can get to anything close to good governance, then we will take it. But the bottom line is there has to be a move on the part of the government on addressing serious issues. Like somebody said, there's the fact there's internal generated revenue that they get and all of that. What do they use the money to do? So we need to, address these things and try and get things moving when it comes to governance, instead of just sitting on our hands and then allowing people to do whatever they like. And then when things are beginning to get out of hand, just find who to give money to so that everything dies down. It's terrible, but that it is what it is.
And I truly hope that it doesn't go beyond being a peaceful protest to being a violent one. But whatever the case is, the citizens have the right to protest. They have the right to clamor for the things that they want. They certainly have the right to hit the streets. But so long as it doesn't get violent, then we are all in. But thank you very much, Mr. Obidike, for your time this morning on Social Listening Segment.
Thank you so much.
Always great speaking with you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your long holiday, if you know what I mean.
It's not long again, no.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And that brings us to wraps here on the Social Listening Segment here on the BDTV Breakfast Show. My name is Elizabeth Musa. Keep watching BDTV.